Hello everybody and welcome back to our YouTube channel. We are, as always, your hosts Arne and Carlos.
And today we bring you yet another update on our garden. We did an update on our garden very early in June this year. And I was reading the comments the other day and there were so many people asking to see the flowers because there was almost no flowers. Everything was kind of in the beginning of the season. And I thought, okay, they want flowers, we're going to give them flowers galore. So here we are.
In the end of the season.
In the end of the season, we are getting into fall and we just want to show you what our garden looks like right now.
So we can take a walk through the garden and show what's still blooming. We can start here at the we call it like the wall garden because we have this wooden wall between the two houses to have protection from wind and sometimes people because we like to be private sometimes. And everything is a little bit wild, and we also like it when flowers pops out from the bed and they pop up in the sand, because that's really beautiful, we think.
And we haven't had time, we've been away for a while now, traveling, so we haven't had time to cut back the flowers yet. We were going to be doing that probably today and tomorrow. So there's still a lot of stuff here that shouldn't be here that we're gonna get rid of and start preparing the garden for winter.
Because normally, like if there are things we like, we can just take off the seed or cut the part with the seed and we throw that back to the garden, and then we cut away that we don't like, the pieces we don't like, so it looks nicer. But most of the plants, they just stay there until next spring, because we think that all the energy from the plant go down to the roots again.
And I'm sure that you didn't see this last time we did our tour, because this comes down from the ground. It's a perennial, and every year it just explodes like this and grows into this really tall plant from scratch.
It starts from nothing and it ends up like this. This is also good to just leave it until next spring, because the stems are really thick if you go in here. So, and then we can keep the stems for the insect hotel. Because we don't have bamboo, but we have this one. And we really don't know what it's called. Then we have the Delphinium, who gets really big in this garden, especially these, because they are covered, they have like protection of the other plants. And these, they pop up everywhere. Yeah. So there's the dark one, we have the light
very
blue,
beautiful
the more
Delphiniums.
A little bit darker blue.
We're gonna cut this
one
back now and make sure that, yeah.
And then we have like this bad area where we are building, so it's still under construction. Yeah. So we're going to build more garden.
It's kind of like an area that is not finished, but we'll show you anyway what it looks like right now. It's a little bit, I mean, there's still some lilies, there's still some delphinium, but we haven't really been working too much in this area because, as you can see here on the side, we are building and building and building a studio. This is going to be a garage. The studio is actually a renovated warehouse that we have on our property that is about 120 years old. And we're now renovating it, and we're going to be working from that studio in the future. So yeah, a lot of work going on here. It's going to take another year before we're finished, but once we finish, we can extend the walled garden all the way there. We'll be having a lot of climbing plants on this large wall, which will basically be a wall without any windows. And we're looking forward to this, and we're looking forward to showing you this. Maybe in a couple of years it will be completely ready and everything will start growing the way it should.
And this is one of our favorites when it blooms, the Columbine, because they pop up everywhere and then they mix with each other. So these seeds, we just take them off and put them back to the flower bed and see which color we get next year. Because you never know with the Columbine.
So Arne, let's go to the rock garden.
Yes. This one is starting now.
The thistles are quite nice.
And we also have a collection of geraniums. The wild, like the garden geranium. There's so many different, so...
These I think were starting to grow already in the first video that we did.
I think, yeah. And this Astrantia is called stjerneskjerm in Norwegian. I think the Latin name is Astrantia. We have them in this reddish and white and different colors, and they get really big in this garden. Maybe it's the bokashi.
Maybe it's the bokashi.
And then there's more construction. So don't look that way. This one is beautiful now. And also very big. Some of the plants are really big in this garden compared to other gardens. These lilies are just something you buy in the grocery store. They cost nothing, but they're beautiful.
And these are, we've had them for a while now,
Yeah,
haven't we?
I think it's the fourth year.
Fourth year, yeah.
And we have them in red and we have the white one. And every spring there are new colors in the grocery store. The peonies are finished. And this is under construction. So let's go to the nice garden.
So here we are in our rock garden, which is a haven of peace and tranquility for a lot of wildlife. We have an unusually large number of butterflies and bees this year. There's also lots of birds this year.
This year we have had a lot of red robins. They've been nesting in the bushes. So there's like small robins jumping around everywhere.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
And loads of butterflies. And the garden is actually looking particularly nice this year. It hasn't grown over the top like last year and the year before. Especially the year before was really insane, the growth in this garden. This year it's been a little bit more controlled, probably because of the weather. The weather has been a little bit different this year. We've had some heat and then we've had some cold and some heat and some cold. So it's looking really nice. As you probably already know, we really support the principles of an organic garden. And when you do gardening in an organic way, you have to put up with the weed, which we actually like a lot. We think that it's lovely, and we let it grow in between the bricks that in the path that we have. I mean, some of it we pick up, but we leave quite a lot of it.
And if there's something we really want to get rid of and we can't pick it up, then we boil water and use hot water on it.
Yeah. But for example, we've got these poppies over there. They are considered weed, but we really think they are nice and very cute. So we actually just let them stay in the paths the way they are now.
And this one is this is wild, but it's beautiful, and it just popped up outside the bed, but we just leave it because it's beautiful. So there's a mix of wild and garden, like normal garden flowers. This one is a white Columbine called the White Dove, and this one we found in Chelsea Flower Show in London. And now it's spreading all over, and it's also mixing with other Columbines, so there's new color combinations here. There's one blue and white, which we didn't plant. Like this one. It's a mix of something.
So here we are in a part of the garden that is always looking very nice at this time of the year. It's this flower bed here. And I don't know if you can see it, but there is an unusually large number of butterflies and bees right now all over this place, which is really lovely to see. We're so delighted to see that they are all so happy here in this garden. And it's exactly what we want it to be, a safe place for all these beautiful creatures that we really need to have in the garden in order for it to flourish the way it does.
And this one is a Veronica, I think it's called. This is mint. It's called horse mint, hestemynte in Norwegian. It's like a muppet. But it's nice to see all the insects. And it seems like they love this one.
And here you can see the flower bed from down below here, which is actually the idea that we had when we designed it. You know, it looks one way from the top, but then when you're here at the bottom, it looks completely different, and you can see all the plants. And we love the fact that this green plant over here is actually overflowing into the water. Unfortunately, we don't know the name of this in English. In Norwegian, it is Marikåpe, and it's a very beautiful plant. Very green, and the color is so nice.
This is, I think it's called daglilje in Norwegian.
It's a lily, yeah.
Lily. Daylily? I don't know.
Maybe. We're terrible with names.
but it's nice.
We've got our little pots here as well with raspberries and strawberries. And there's some very cute little raspberries here. Wild strawberries, as you can see here. And oh yeah, so sweet. Delicious.
And this is Thistle, is that the English word? It will have small white flowers in a few days. And this one is also very attractive to insects. So like last summer we had they were like covered with bees when the flower comes.
I want to show you something, something really fun. These really fun plants, this wasn't here when we filmed our last garden update, but they're here now, and look at how tall they are. They're much taller than me.
Yeah, they come from nothing. And it seems like the butterfly
love it, because we've got butterflies everywhere here. And it's always nice to see these. I like them because they have these very irregular shapes, and they're all curly, and they kind of move with the wind, and they move in different directions, and they're really, really nice.
And on the yellow flower, there's a lot of butterflies now. It seems like it's time for this kind of butterfly because there's so many of them everywhere.
Monarch butterflies, I think they are.
Or general? No, general. No, I don't remember. I don't think you have the monarch.
Oh no, we don't. No.
That's the American one.
That's one in North America. Still, they're very beautiful, very lovely.
It's nice.
And they're everywhere here. So many.
This one has lost some of his wings. And now they went over to the other one.
Lots of little berries here.
Hyll, I don't know the English name, but it's nice. And with all these berries, you also get a lot of the birds again, because they like the berries. We also have these plants that we cut, so we make like walls, so you can have this feeling of walking into different rooms in the garden. And the delphinium again, they pop up everywhere.
And then a while ago, I'm sure you remember, because we did a tutorial about the sculptures that we made in the garden. This one is still standing. It's now in between the plants, and it's actually a little sculpture that we created, but it works also as an insect hotel. So we're sure there are lots of little insects that stay here in the winter, hopefully.
Seems like there came more insects into the garden after we did this. So we're going to make more of this because we have more stone.
Let's go to the bench. Sorry, I always sit here. Okay, yeah, and this is our lovely bench. We love sitting here and just watching our beautiful garden.
It's a nice place for morning coffee or tea, or you can take a break with your knitting.
Yeah, and it's shaded as well, so it offers us a little protection from the sun, the very strong and hot sun when we have that kind of weather. It's a lovely place to sit and contemplate and enjoy our garden in fall and spring and summer. And as you can see, the garden is now very, very lush. And yeah, the seasons, they will continue as they do every year. So
and next year
we're going to cut everything down, like we'll be cutting
spring.
everything down in spring. Yeah, I mean, the garden is going to snow down, and then in spring we'll be cutting everything down again, clearing everything, and then everything will be born again from scratch.
And maybe next year a lot of things will change again because it's a living thing.
Yeah,
and we just been on a garden tour in England, and we went to Highgrove, Prince Charles Garden. And that was so inspiring. So I guess we have a lot of ideas for the next season.
So now we've come back from a great tour, full of ideas and thoughts of things that we want to incorporate in our garden, and we look forward to showing you those things next year, maybe.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure guiding you around in the garden. You know, the garden is soothing and relaxing, and I feel so relaxed now. So I think we're just gonna sit here for a little while, enjoy the scenery that we have here.
We can walk around and count the butterflies.
Let's do that. Let's count the butterflies. I don't want to walk around. I just want to sit here and enjoy
Okay,
myself.
you can sit.
So I'll be counting butterflies from here. And it's always delightful taking you on a tour of the garden. So I hope you liked the episode. If you did, give it a thumbs up. The best way to keep in touch with us is through our updates. So go to arnecarlos.com and sign up for those, and you'll be notified as soon as something interesting and exciting is happening. We'd love it if you join the ever-growing Arne and Carlos family of subscribers. We see them as our family, and there are so many of us now, and we look forward to getting more and more friends. So please, if you're not a subscriber but you like what you see, just hit that subscribe button as well, and we'll be very, very happy about that. We post episodes every week on Sundays, 6 p.m. in Central Europe, which is 11 a.m. Central Time in North America. So thank you so much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you again next week.
See you next time.
See you next time. So Arne, 1, 2, 3. What? I'm counting butterflies.
Yeah.
What are you laughing about?
Did you feel like when you walk into the garden, it's so relaxing that you're almost...
Yeah, I know. It's like, yeah. And then we've got all butterflies to count.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.